Hey, what's up? It's SmallzSmokez, and I'm here for a quick discussion. I've seen that people don't really understand the difference between all the variations of green. What's the difference between hemp and THCA and regular weed? And I see, why do you use the term hemp? Like none of that makes sense to some people. So I wanted to get into that. Bud contains a bunch of various cannabinoids, terps, oils, a whole bunch of stuff. In general, though, we're looking for, the psychoactive substances, the stuff that gives you body and head changes. So today, we're going to use my friend Lil Nugget as a teaching aid, visually demonstrate what I'm talking about. So in general, when you have a nug, it's generally the same for whatever it is. Traditional weed, what you come to think of as like actual weed, the stuff that gets you high, is high THC to no CBD. Like it'll either have 100% THC or THCA, or very little amounts of CBD with THC. And again, THCA is the same thing as THC. It's just the precursor before heat's added. So it's essentially a lesser cannabinoid, but it's essentially the same. And then when you get, CBD is generally no THC or very little amounts of THC. And in general, when we're talking about green, you have these ratios, just like baking. We'll do like a 1-to-1 ratio when you talk about 1-to-1 half THC, half CBD. So in general, when you're talking about like traditional green, you'll have like a 0-to-1, like 0 CBD to 1 THC, or vice versa, 1 THC to 0 CBD. If you have a 1-to-1 split, then you have an equal amount of body buzz and head high. In general, CBD is like relaxation without euphoria. It's not your traditional head change. It's mainly like a body buzz and a calming effect. So in general, when you're talking about CBD, since it's low THC and it's mainly for calming effects, it really doesn't carry the same terps and the same flavors and smells. It still does, but it's not as potent, right? Because you're not really there you're there for different aspects of it, different cannabinoids. And so in general, when you're talking about high CBD and low THC, in general, the industry considers that CBD hemp. And hemp is a term generally used, and it's a blanket term used for like lesser weed, like not as potent, not as tasty. In general, it's used in CBD terms, but what happens when, let's say what happens, you have no CBD, no THC. It's grown to not be able to have any relaxation properties, and it's not able to have any euphoria. Well, then what's its use if it has nothing psychoactive? That is industrial hemp. So it has only bad flavors, only bad smells, and in general, weed, the stalks are so fibrous and they're so thick and hard. When you start shredding them and trying to make strands out of it, it's really easy. It's almost like bamboo, but it's way easier to handle. So when you have industrial hemp, you're essentially growing like stalks and branches without any buds. And so then you can strip that down and make that into clothing, paper, and industrial operations. It's not intended to be ingested. It's not intended to be smoked or eaten. It has nothing. It has no. If you consider THC and CBD as like a nutritional content, as like a vitamin, then hemp generally means like no nutritional value. Its only value is its like plant matter. And so THCA, unfortunately, since it's grown in a way to where you pull it early, or it's grown from shitty hemp strains that have, over time they've sifted through the batches and found better and better, and kept growing off of those phenotypes. Those phenotypes ended up being tastier or more potent, so then they'd take something shitty and make something better. Regardless of how it's done, THCA, unfortunately, since it's in that state, it tends to have those hempy flavors. Because again, before green gets to its full potential, it has a lot of like leafy yard waste flavors and smells to it. In general, so hemp is used for those flavors and smells that are usually found in like really badly grown CBD, badly grown THCA, and then specifically like all industrial hemp kind of smells bad because it's not meant to smell good. So when I use hemp in videos, when I use that term, I'm talking about those general smells that are attributed to CBD hemp that's not grown for flavor or taste, and then industrial hemp that's not grown for anything. When I say like, oh, this is hempy, or this tastes like hemp, I'm referring to like, because I've tried industrial hemp, I've tried the worst versions of CBD, and it all has that same, like you're eating shit out of your yard after you just cut the grass and it's been sitting for a while. So again, thank you to our friend Lil Nugget for helping us visually describe all this shit. Just wanted to check in really quick and just, explain this to people so that they have a better reference of what's going on, and then they understand in videos why things are being said the way they are. Because I've seen people thinking that it's all the same, and then some people thinking that industrial hemp isn't even real. It's like, you guys have to understand that for a certain amount of time, a long amount of time through our history, all we had was industrial hemp and then super low percentage weed. That was like in the George Washington, our independence days, they were smoking such low percentage weed, it was considered to be like on par with their tobacco. Their tobacco was so they were getting what they would consider head highs, even though it was just a rush from nicotine. They were considering that as like a head high. It didn't last very long, so their low percentage weed would do the same thing. So again, that's why it was such a cash crop, and it was grown right next to tobacco. That's why we used it for a lot of papers and stuff back then. A lot of our governmental documents were written on that shit because it was just so easy to make. It was everywhere. And so again, when you're talking about industrial hemp, you're thinking about that kind of stuff where it's like literally used for clothing, and that's why it smells like shit. So when you're looking for good THCA or just good hemp strains in general, that stuff comes up. You don't want it, but it comes up. You're looking for something, because again, you can grow THCA for it to be just like green. It can smell great, it can taste great, but that's not always the case. So that's why I use that specifically. So thanks again to Lil Nugget. Glad you guys could hear this and figure this out. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.